Our friends, Jai Shri Ram. It is an honor and a privilege to present to you this series of 3 videos of understanding Ram. We have just celebrated Dusshera, the victory of Lord Ram over Ravana, the victory of good over evil. And in a few days from now, we will be celebrating Diwali, the festival of lights, to celebrate the return of the victorious armies of Lord Ram from Sri Lanka to Ayodhya. And just recently, we have completed a series of 7 videos on the implementation of the message of Gita in our lives. This we concluded with a balanced scorecard, if you will remember, which describes various qualities that we need to possess or inculcate so that we can find Krishna within us. We can, do a righteous journey of spirituality, of self-realization. So, in Sanatan Dharma, so the one character in the whole Sanatan Dharma. Why Sanatan Dharma? Even I haven't found any reference in any text or literature or anywhere in the world, even apart from Sanatan Dharma, of one character who has the traits of all the personality characteristics that are given in our balanced scorecard, which are explained in Gita. There's only one personality, which is Lord Ram, which has all the characteristics, and he is the role model, the bench mark for all of us. So it is very apt that after completing the 7 videos, of implementation of the message of Gita, we concluded on a balanced scorecard, and now we are doing a series on Ram, which starts with understanding Ram, so that we can know that what is it that Ram has to offer, which is like a role model, a benchmark for us. So it's my proud privilege to present this series of 3 videos. Jai Shri Ram. Let me begin. Let's take a journey. Let's do a time travel. See, Mahabharata, Lord Krishna were in a time which was recent, in the sense Lord Krishna, left his earthly, presence in 3102 BCE. So which is about 5,000 odd years. Now I am trying to make you go to a time travel much beyond that, and that the Vedic cycle of time is something that we will need to understand. Before that, let us see that Sanatan Dharma is based on 4 Purusharths. So these are the 4 goals or aims of human life as prescribed by Sanatan Dharma, and they are depicted in Hindu philosophy right from Vedanta to Gita, and they are required to live a purposeful and balanced life. So we all know there is Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha. This is something which we are all aware of. So righteousness, prosperity, desire and liberation, all of this are the goals, 4 goals of human life that Sanatan Dharma aspires. So I'm not divulging into details because you are aware of it. Now, as per Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, the Dharma has 4 legs, and Dharma is depicted as a bull, and it has 4 legs of Satya, Tap, Pavitrata and Daya. Truth, austerity, purity and kindness. So these are the 4 legs of Dharma. Now the Vedic concept of time is in 4 yugs. In English, everything is A is added as a suffix, so it becomes Satya Yuga, becomes Satya Yoga. So God bless us. So Satya Yuga is the age of the golden age in which the dharma stood on all the four legs: austerity, purity, compassion, truth. In the next yug, which is the Treta Yuga, the leg of austerity, which is one leg of dharma, which we have just discussed, it got lost, and the Treta Yuga, the dharma was on three legs of compassion, purity, and truth. You will recall in Ramayana, the austerity part of it is not there. So right from the kingdom of Dusshera to the coronation of Ram, and the opulence in Lanka. So the austerity part is just not there. In the next yug, which was the Copper Yug, Dwapar Yug, the purity leg of Dharma is again lost, austerity is already lost. So now Dharma is standing on the legs of compassion and truth, which is in Mahabharata. You will see that the aspect of inner purity is lost. There is a lot of impurity in the hearts, as is aware in the episode in which Tirharan of Draupadi is going on. In Kali Yuga, which is the Iron Age, which we are now into, the Dharma bull is left with only one leg, which is the truth. So austerity, purity, and compassion are all gone, and only one leg is remaining. Now, having understood this, let us very quickly understand. This is basically with a reference to put Ramayana in the age bracket, in the period bracket in which it is required to be put, rather than take the records of some Western scholars and some Indian scholars as well, who use the Georgian calendar, which is the linear calendar. Now, Georgian calendar, sees time from the birth of Christ, and anything before the birth of Christ, it can go along in a linear way right up to 10,000 BC, not beyond. Whereas the Vedic concept of time is cyclic, so it does not depend on the linearity of it, and it can go far back, as many lakhs, millions of years that we want. So Satyug is 4,800 divine years, Treta Yuga is 3,600, Dwapar Yuga is 2,400 divine years, Kali Yuga is 1,200 divine years. When I say divine years, after the Georgian calendar was devised, it was seen that the Vedic concept of year, so one divine year of the Vedic calendar was 360 days of the solar years of the Georgian calendar. So all the four yugas, 4,800, 3,600, 2,400, 1,200 make 12,000 divine years, and one divine year, like I said, is 360 solar years. So the four yugas together are called one Mahayuga or one Chatur Yuga, which is 43.2 lakhs, which is 120,000 divided into 360 is 43.2 lakh solar years. And four yugas together are called one Mahayugas, and 71 Mahayugas are called one Manvantra, and 14 Manvantras make one Kalpa. So one Kalpa is 4.32 billion years. Now, see the scientific nature of the Vedic scholars and rishis, in which scientifically it has been proven that the age of the earth is approximately 4.32 billion years, which is the age of the Kalpa as per the Vedic calendar. So we cannot say that the Vedic calendar is something which is a myth or which is not to be taken into reference. So whenever we are talking about the Mahabharata, because it is within the range of the Georgian calendar, we are saying that okay, the Mahabharata is in the range of the Georgian calendar. So Kali Yuga started when Lord Krishna died, so 3102 BCE, which is the blue line in the chart on left. The Mahabharata happened at the end of the Dwapar Yuga, and Ramayana was in the Treta Yuga. So you can just see that if we believe, because of the astronomical predictions given in the Mahabharata, that the age is 3102 BC very accurately, and there are other depictions of astronomical predictions also, which fix the date on a particular year. So, how is it that in the case of Ramayana we don't believe it too, and we as per the Vedic calendar, and when we do the calculation as per the Georgian calendar, the age of the Ramayana comes, in some concocted computation to be about 7,000 BCE or so, but that is incorrect. So, I'm just wanting to make a point that if the Vedic calendar is to be believed, there is no if in it, it has to be believed, because the dates are accurate. The astronomical predictions give a timeline which is exact. So the age of the Ramayana has to be believed in Treta Yuga, which happened many lakh of years before. So one kalpa is one day of Brahma, so after one day of Brahma comes one night of Brahma, and presently we are in the seventh Manvantara and in the Chatur Yuga, which is number 28. So in this seventh Manvantara, there will be 71 Chatur Yugas, and we are in the 28th. So there is a lot of time left, even of the present Kali Yuga. So there is a lot of misery yet to happen to us before we go on to the next, Chatur Yuga. But having said that, the only point here was that the age of the Ramayana is something which is sacrosanct as per the Vedic calendar, and there should not be any debate on it. So that the very purpose of this was to show that. Because start of Kali Yuga 3102 BC is something which everyone agrees, but on the date of the Ramayana, there's a lot of debate unnecessarily. There is also irrespective of whether it was exactly the so many lakhs or so many millions of years before. The fact is that it did happen, and that is more important than whether it happened or not. So we have established that time period of Ram as per the Vedic calendar is something which is a fact, and it has happened many lakhs of years ago, and which is beyond the scope of the linear Georgian calendar, which can best cover till 10,000 BC. And actually it is not important for us to pinpoint exact years, because in this eternity of lakhs of years, what is a few, even hundreds of years in eternity? It is very inconsequential. So this is one fact that we have established, and the second fact is many a times we get useless and unnecessary debates even amongst us friends and people claiming to be knowledgeable, that Ramayana is just a legend or a myth, is a folklore, and there are not no proof that it's a historical event. But let us put this at rest, because there are irrefutable proofs that even depicted in Ramayana it did happen. There's a Ram Setu, the bridge made by Ram's armies. There's the Cobra Hood Cave, which is in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka actually will have many devices. There is a Ram Sita religious tour also from the Sri Lankan government. I will urge people to take that tour, and you will see places in which the Ramayana actually did take place. You will see the Cobra Hood Cave in Sigrigia, where Sita was kept prisoner. Of course, we have Panchvati near Nasik, where exile was to take place. Ram and Sita Lakshman did their exile. There's Lepakshi in Andhra Pradesh, where Jatayu fell while trying to save Sita from the clutches of Ravana. There's Ashok Vatika in Sri Lanka, which is in this botanical garden. There's footprint of Hanuman in this Ashok Vanam in Sri Lanka. There's Hanuman Gadi in Ayodhya, where Hanuman patiently waited for Ram during Ram's exile. There is Rameshwaram, where Ram prayed for Shiva. There is Divrampada, where Sita did Agni Pariksha. There is presence of Himalayan herbs, which is only possible when there is a Sanjeevani Booty kind of event happening during Ramayana time. There's Kannada Kafugada in Ishapuram, where Ravan has his palace. So apart from all of this, just imagine that if it is not true, how is it that for thousands and thousands of years the same story is being told with some minor variations, not only in India, it happens across the world. There are temples, there are the folklores, there are apart from the Hindu scripts, there are so many other scripts, so many other religions in which Ram's presence is acknowledged. So let us, for once, put this, at rest. So this is something which we need not debate ever. So having said that, we have discussed Lord Krishna in some detail. So I would just like to compare. It is very important and very relevant if we compare the characteristics of Lord Krishna with Lord Ram. So, of course, Lord Ram is Treta Yuga, and Lord Krishna is Dwapar Yuga. So, Lord Ram happened much before, like we have just mentioned. So, Lord Ram embodies idealism, where Lord Krishna embodies pragmatism. Ram, of course, is Maryada Purushottam, the upholder of Dharma, whereas Krishna is Leela Purushottam, the divine strategist. So, as in terms of temperament, Ram can be said to be calm, composed, emotionally restrained, whereas Krishna is playful, charismatic, emotionally expressive. The approach to dharma in Ram's case is very rigid, rule-bound, sacrificial. There are no areas of shortcuts. Whereas Lord Krishna, the dharma is contextual, flexible, outcome-oriented. He agrees that the greater evil can be fought by lesser wrong. So dharma in any event has to win. So that is his approach to dharma. In terms of leadership style, Ram is the ideal king, the moral exemplary, whereas Krishna is a political guide, philosophical person as a teacher. In terms of righteousness, Lord Ram is at all times righteous. So there is no black or grey in Ram's character. It is all round white. Whereas Lord Krishna many times operates in the grey area, takes the middle path. In the public persona, it's Lord Ram who is revered for sacrifice and righteousness, and Krishna, of course, loved for charm, is for strategy. Philosophical role is that embodiment of dharma through action, and Krishna, of course, teaches us dharma through the discourse of the Bhagavad Gita. The moral and ethical crisis management is something we'll discuss in this video. Strict adherence to dharma, societal norms, and Lord Krishna, proposes strategic flexibility in terms of when the moral and ethics, converge, and one has to be chosen over the other. The one thing which every one of us identifies Ram is as Maryada Purushottam. So he is the embodiment of righteousness, like we said, seventh avatar of Vishnu in the Treta Yuga. So as Maryada Purushottam, he is the supreme upholder of dharma, the ideal man of discipline and virtue. His commitment is unwavering to dharma, and in every role that he has played. So he has played roles of the son, the husband, brother, king, warrior. Any role that he plays, his commitment to dharma is completely righteous and unwavering. Always, he as Maryada Purushottam, he dharma scores high over desires. So desires just take a very secondary importance. The leadership of Lord Ram is very compassionate, he has ruled Ayodhya with justice, empathy, ensuring Ram Rajya. We will discuss Ram Rajya also in the second video, which is the utopia of peace, prosperity, and fairness. As Maryada Purushottam, he is emotionally restrained and shows equanimity. He has respect for relationships and roles. He is the upholder of social ethics. In short, he is the template of the ideal conduct. He is completely relatable and is aspirational. This is something that we all need to be. It is not easy to become Maryada Purushottam, as you will just say. There are challenges of being Maryada Purushottam. All through the life of Lord Ram, he faced challenges And many of times we discuss amongst ourselves that by pursuing his way of Maryada Purushottam style, it was not that he led a very happy life, but that is not his goal. His goal was to follow dharma in any way which. So there were challenges that he faced as the supreme upholder of dharma. He is, of course, the role model of humanity, and he's a benchmark. So, if relating ourselves to the balance scorecard, he scores 100 on 100, whereas our score will be, individually, you will have to see for yourself. So, the challenges of being Maryada Purushottama, there's always a conflict between personal emotions and public duty. So, this will always be in conflict. So the world is fluid. So the norms of adherence to dharma change over time. But as Maryada Purushottam, his adherence to dharma was very rigid. So this is the challenge that he will face. Of course, he will be faced with challenges of loneliness, because he will be operating from a moral high ground, which no one else even dreams of attaining. He is ready to sacrifice personal happiness for meeting societal norms, or meeting his dharma. This is a big challenge that we faced across his life. And he is ready to be misunderstood by the world. He does not aspire to be the most liked. He aspires to be the most correct. So this leads to various misunderstanding, which the exile, the Agni Pariksha of Sita, all of that we will discuss in subsequent videos. But this is the challenge that he faced. And he has the burden of symbolism. So he wasn't just a man, he was a symbol of ideal conduct. So every action of his had to be exemplary, leaving no room for human error or vulnerability. This is such a high standard, such a high task, such a high expectations to meet. So these are naturally leading to various challenges. So he exemplifies the highest virtues of honesty, integrity, loyalty, honor. So all of this is Lord Ram. Most of the ethical and moral conflicts that Ram faced, there is a template that I think Lord Ram uses to decide his actions. And let us first understand the difference between a moral crisis and ethical crisis. So, moral crisis is a conflict between personal values or conscience, आपके अंदर की चेतना आपको बोल रही है कि ऐसा करो, एंड एक्सटर्नल सर्कमस्टेंसेस, जो बाहर के कुछ ऐसे हालात हो गए हैं जो आप अपने जो मन की आत्मा है, जो आपका चेतना है, उसमें आपका द्वंद्व चल रहा है. दैट इज अ मॉरल क्राइसिस. Ethical crisis is a dilemma involving societal norms, so duties or codes of conduct. So society का एक norm है जो बना हुआ है, और आपकी एक ड्यूटी एस्टेब्लिश की हुई है, वो भी प्रिस्क्राइब्ड है, तो वो ड्यूटी दोनों क्लैश करती है. ये एथिकल क्राइसिस हुआ. To understand this, why I thought this was important is because all through the story of Ram, you will have various situations in which he faces either a moral crisis or an ethical crisis. So moral crisis is basically a storm in the heart. Your situations are such that your inner conscience and the external circumstances, your heart is not able to finally decide clearly which to take. The ethical crises are basically a brain's tightrope over law and justice. तो कौन सा सही है, कौन सा गलत है? This is something which ethical crisis makes your brain decide. So nature of the conflict in moral crisis is the inner values versus the personal pain. Like we discussed earlier, it's the inner voice versus the situation, whereas the ethical crisis is the societal expectations versus the duty. So norms versus the justice, that is something ethical crisis. So Ram's anguish over sending Sita to exile, this is more of a moral crisis, and Ram killing of Vali from behind, this is ethical crisis. The love for Sita versus duty as a king is a moral crisis, whereas the warrior code versus justice for Sugriva is an ethical crisis. So many of the unnecessary doubts that the non-believers ask us are on this moral and the ethical crisis. They are unable to understand the depth of the decision making which Ram takes. The path is such a high and pure one that they are unable to comprehend. Uh, as a symbol, you can say that a moral crisis is best symbolized by a swan which is torn between two lakes, either जाऊं या इधर जाऊं, whereas ethical crisis is like an elephant balancing on a narrow bridge. थोड़ा सा इधर उधर हुआ तो गिर जाएंगे. So, in a moral crisis, sacrifice of the personal happiness is required over dharma, and you have to justify your action in ethical crisis by using the logic of a higher dharma. So, moral crisis will definitely involve personal loss, personal unhappiness if you have to adhere to dharma, and in ethical crisis, the dharma may override the other issues. So moral crisis, the message is empathy, resilience in personal choices, and ethical crisis is discernment, and you have to face the situation depending on which is the best solution and which is the larger dharma that you need to face. So these are the crises which Lord Ram underwent all through his life, and we will discuss that in subsequent videos. But I thought, let me just put this in context so that we are able to highlight that being Maryada Purushottam is not an easy task. If you are putting yourself at such a high standard of operation, of behavior, of being a role model, there are very many sacrifices that you need to make, whether it is your personal happiness or there are so many ethical and moral crises you need to tide off. Ram's life, tells us in our life, in present day context, we face this moral and ethical crisis every day. So Ram's life illustrates how one can navigate complex situations while staying true to our moral and ethical compass. So this is something which we need to learn from Ram's example. Now we will end this video with this message, that in the next video we will use semantics in understanding Ram. So just to bring to your attention, we will have the second video in which we will discuss these Rajya and Ram Rajya, Sanskriti and Sabhyata. See, all of these words either in Hindi or in Sanskrit have got deep meaning. If we understand the meaning of this in relation to the character of either Ram or Ravana, we are able to understand Ram in a much better light. So, Gyan and Buddhi, Tapasvi and Sadhak, Anushashan and Shashan, Bal and Shakti, Vasna and Upasna, Shatru and Vairi, Vandan and Prandan, Man and Mardan, Subhav and Abhyas, Vijeta, Akranta. Also, ज्ञान का अहंकार जो रावण को था और अहंकार का ज्ञान जो राम को था, साधना से शक्ति एंड शक्ति से साधना, ये दोनों डिफाइन करते हैं राम और रावण के कैरेक्टर को. एंड शिव से पाना, which was Ravana's attitude, and Shiv ko pana, which was Lord Ram's pursuit. So all this we will be discussing in the second video, which we will be releasing on the eve of Diwali. So we will discuss this in the next video on the day of the Diwali. Thank you. God bless. Have a nice and safe Diwali. God bless. Jai Shri Ram.
रघुपति राघव पतित पावन सीताराम 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 भज प्यारे तू